Welcome to the Legends of Legonia. Chapter 1, Sword in the Stone. Our story opens in the Elfen Forest, the last bastion for the elfin race in the world of Legonia. Since the fall of Atlantis, they have existed there in perpetuity for thousands of years, safe and immortal in a realm created outside of time by the goddess Isis. But the dark god Set and his followers grow in power in the world outside, weakening the barrier that protects them. Now the golden autumnal sky occasionally crackles with ominous energy. Lady Gwenyvere, a beautiful elfin woman in a white gown, stands on an ornate gazebo, contemplating. As she moves towards the council table, an air of melancholy settles in. A group of forest creatures gather around her.
My lovelies, you've been a great comfort to me, but even with the goddess's blessing, nothing lasts forever. I must leave soon. Arwen will watch over you. Perhaps one day, somewhere, somehow, we'll be reunited.
Oh, Gwenyvere, hurry up. Don't keep His Majesty waiting.
This is goodbye for now. My heart will always be here, no matter how far I roam.
Gwen!
Make haste. Time is of the essence.
Coming, my lord.
Gwen's footsteps can be heard resonating through the air as she walks purposefully towards an opening where there is a wooden table with a glowing gemstone on it. Two elfin men are in deep conversation as she approaches.
Late as always, even when the fate of the world depends on it.
Now is not the time for pithy rejoinders. Sire, the situation must be dire. I have never seen the barrier falter.
Lady Gwenyvere, I have summoned you here because the time has come that you leave the Elfen Forest. The barrier that protects us is failing as our remaining magic dwindles. If nothing is done, the goddess tear will shatter and the Lit King will be released, unleashing thousands of years of pent-up hatred upon the land. You are our only hope.
Yes, sire. I will do my best to preserve the flickering light that is this world and all those I cherish. I would have to get the tear inside the Great Pyramid to even have a chance. A perilous journey through the blighted lands. There is no way I would make it alone. Even my magic would not be enough for the copious amounts of cursed undead.
You will not be alone. Galahad, I wish for you to accompany Gwen on her journey.
Yes, sire, for the elven race, I will protect her until death. I was starting to get bored here anyway.
I knew I could count on you. We have also forged an alliance with King Arthur. Take him to the Holy Sword, Excalibur. He will need it as the undead foes you face will be powerful.
Sorry to be so frank, my lord, but how can he trust him with such an important artifact? Humans are the race responsible for the fall of civilization. The prophecy states only the true king's descendant can wield it. We need to be sure before attempting something so risky as retrieving it.
Trust that I would not jeopardize our cause. His magician Merlin has been in contact with us ever since they found the goddess Eye in the Atlantean ruins, and I have seen proof of his lineage. That's all you need to know.
Yes, sire. I should not question your wisdom. Forgive my impertinence.
I know you only have the best intentions. Now go. I will open a portal to the Standing Stones, but it is a one-way trip. Sadly, he will never be able to return here. When you get there, look for the kingsman wearing King Arthur's crest, a lion on a field of blue and white. They may not know it, but the whole world is counting on you to succeed.
So no pressure, ha 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 ha.
Goodbye, my lord. Make sure Arwen watches over my lovelies.
The Elfin King holds aloft his magic focus, a golden ring, and the portal opens. Gwen and Galahad go through it, reappearing in the forest outside.
Ye must be Lady Gwenyvere. Merlin told me expect you here, but he didn't say you'd be coming out the rocks themselves. Scared the bejesus out of me.
Hail and well met, good sir. Sorry to startle you.
I have never seen an elf in the flesh, let alone twos of yous. It's truly an age of legends.
Has your king taught you no manners? It's rude to stare at milady so.
Forgive me if I gawk. I'm just a simple soldier. Let me gather the horses. It's a short ride to the dock where we will depart for the Isle of Avalon.
Thank you for being so accommodating.
They ride the horses down the forest path. Then the excited soldier cannot resist the urge to start a conversation.
If I may say so, you're kinda more beautiful and graceful than I could have ever have imagined. Even the storybooks don't do ye justice.
You flatter us with kind words. It is not safe for us to draw attention to ourselves, so I ask you to be discreet. The Dark One and its agents could be listening.
At that moment, a chill breeze causes Gwen and Galahad to draw their cloak hoods tighter, better serving to hide their pointy ears.
To think ye folk were in this forest all alone. I used to play here as a child and never seen these sand and stones until Merlin led me there. Sometimes you'd swear you traveled through here, but end up coming out the same way you went in. A mysterious, magical place.
Light composes all we see. Our king is skillful at manipulating perception, weaving threads from the ley lines into a cloak to obfuscate and confuse the eye. It's a simple trick.
Impo? That sounds like powerful magic indeed. Few living these days can channel so much as a small flame. Most of that knowledge was lost in the fall of Atlantis. Merlin is the only one I've ever seen cast spells. He's waiting for us at the boat. I'm sure he'll be eager to discuss such things with ye.
The party arrives at the boat. Merlin is there to greet them.
Miss Lady, Miss Lord, good to finally meet you. I trust Dan has taken good care.
We are fast friends now. Dan's the man.
He certainly has a, inquisitive mind.
Come aboard and let us depart. We can converse on the ship.
All aboard! Next stop, the mist-covered Isle of Avalon.
Galahad and Gwen converse as the ocean's waves lap peacefully against the boat.
I never thought we would see the outside world again.
It's strange to think thousands of years have passed. So much will have changed, but the ocean has stayed the same. It's comforting, in a way.
Speaking of change, we are mortal now. We must take care not to be grievously wounded.
I can still heal us, but magic should be a last resort. The ley line's still weak. We must find out what is constricting the source. I fear there won't be enough power to enter the Lich King's crypt for Excalibur.
I don't imagine he will be happy to see you again, considering you trapped him there. Doesn't an immortal lich scare you? We still don't know of a way to defeat him.
I am scared, especially trusting our fate to humans. But one thing at a time. Let's enjoy our journey and the fresh ocean air.
I feel seasick already.
I hope I'm not interrupting. It is getting dark now and we shan't arrive till morning. You can bunk below deck. Get some rest while you can.
In the morning, the party arrives at the dock and the mist-covered Isle of Avalon. Arthur's soldiers there give the party horses and they ride up to the Tower of Avalon, which now looms overhead.
I have been able to hold back the blight in this area with magic, but this is still a desolate, dangerous land compared to Camelot.
I'm impressed you can hold the darkness at bay. You'll have to tell me about this wand of yours sometime. I can tell that's no ordinary item.
A story for another time, one I promise to reveal later. I have learned much read books found in Atlantean ruins. Finding and erecting the goddess Ibe's ancient tower taught me how to view the ley lines, to better see the threads. How I was able to locate the Elfen Forest.
I feel such pride seeing it gleaming in the light at the top of the tower. It had to be left behind during the fall because of how large it is. We knew it would be dangerous in the wrong hands, but there was no time in the chaos. What is that hanging from the rafters? Is that a skeleton?
We've carved out a niche here, but goblin raids sometimes cross the Great Rift to the south and come into our territory. The men leave them gruesome warnings not to come back here.
I understand defending yourselves, but I will not enter that tower until the body is taken down and buried. Corpses are vessels that the Dark One could corrupt. That goblin must be given proper rights.
Gwen, we just got here. We should try to be understanding of their ways.
I will go have a man take it down. Forgive them. They are not used to having a lady in their midst. There will be some adjustments.
The gates open and King Arthur rides through, looking magnificent on his horse.
Milady, milord, welcome to my court. I will do my best to make your stay comfortable, although nothing compares to Camelot. Let me give you a tour. There is your quarters, the library, the barracks, the war room, oh, and of course the mess hall. Can't forget about that. Feel free to help yourselves.
Thank you, my lord. If only our meeting was under better circumstance. I'm sure you know we must act soon. Let us convene in the war room to discuss our next action.
What's this strange feeling in my stomach?
I think that's hunger, a natural response to hearing the words mess hall. Let's get you folks some sustenance and get you saddled.
Humdrum. Eating that means we'll have to defecate. Ugh, how very mortal. Can I go back to the Elfen Forest now?
Oh, yes. It appears now we will have to eat to sustain ourselves.
I can tell you're a real funny guy. I'm gonna like you. You elves are truly marvelous indeed.
After the party gets settled in and fed, of course, Merlin, King Arthur, Galahad, and Gwen meet in the war room to discuss the next course of action.
Glenn, so I think it's time for a history lesson. Please fill in gaps of our knowledge of the fall.
In the previous age, gods lived among the mortal races they created, and there were many miracles in science and architecture. Magic improved everyone's lives, and there was not much hardship. But there was still an eventual death. Light magic can extend existing life, but once someone is dead, there's no way to bring the soul back. When the queen died in the Mad King's hubris, he thought he could open a gate to the underworld to bring her back. The dark god Set tempted him by making him believe he could become a god. Instead, he became the first undead, and the attempt to open the path to the underworld blinded and sank the home of the Atlanteans. Great floods ravaged the land, fire and brimstone rained down, and even the stars themselves fell. The gods left the world, and as a final act of kindness towards her creation, the elves, the goddess Isis shed a single tear which crystallized into a powerful beacon against the darkness.
Aren't you leaving out the most important part? Like what happened to the Lich King?
Much of this aligns with what we do know. However, our scholars have never been able to find out what happened to the Mad King or his holy sword, Excalibur.
Getting there! So even with the goddess tear, the Lich King's new undeath could not be reversed, and the blight was spreading fast. I had to imprison him using a powerful spell to seal him in the first king's crypt. The sword is there. He covets it, but is no longer worthy to wield it. The spirits of the Atlantean kings helped me embed it in the stone, awaiting the next king.
So that is our next goal, to retrieve the holy sword. Where is this crypt you speak of?
It's actually in a graveyard not far from here.
We've scoured this area thoroughly. Even with the goddess eye, I couldn't find anything else.
It is truly a special place where all the kings are buried, as well as the place the god Osiris created the holy sword Excalibur for the first king.
To think it was here all along. Have the men gather the horses. We depart immediately.
Gwen, Galahad, and King Arthur arrive outside the crypt in the graveyard.
Galahad, you wait here.
But I have sworn to protect you, Gwen.
Arthur and I must cross the barrier. I can't protect both of you and myself. The true king is the only one who could lift Excalibur anyway.
Arthur, I'm entrusting her to you. The Mad King is a very powerful lich, no trifling matter.
Fear not, I have trained in swordsmanship my whole life. You have yet to see me in action.
Don't bother to come back without her, or I'll kill you myself.
Don't worry, he's bluffing. We're pacifists.
Gwen holds aloft the goddess tear, and as it begins to glow, a stairwell appears beneath the crypt. Arthur and Gwen go inside, the tear illuminating the dark passage ahead.
Gwen, is that you? No. She would never dare show herself here again. Must be the wind. Count the days for revenge. I smell dirty, filthy, flesh.
Gwen and Arthur were spotted and react accordingly, taking a defensive position. The Lich King holds his dragon bone staff high above his head and casts a powerful curse. Gwen raises the tear to form a protective barrier to repel it. Arthur's sword shatters from the impact and a large, dark crack forms in the goddess tear.
This is who you brought to face me. He can't be my descendant. He is laughably weak.
Arthur, Excalibur is our only hope. I can't protect us much longer. Pull it from the stone.
I am the true king of Atlantis. Excalibur is mine.
Atlantis has fallen because of your folly. It doesn't exist anymore. It's underwater.
Arthur quickly and deftly dodges around the Lich King and pulls Excalibur from the stone.
I'm the true king. That's mine.
The Lich King begins puppeting the corpses of the ancient kings to attack them.
Quickly, strike him with the blade. Its blessing harms the undead.
Let me put you to rest, fiend.
A fight ensues with Arthur decapitating the Lich King. His body stumbles aimlessly as his head rolls away into a dark pit. As the Lich King's head tumbles down the dark chasm, he issues a worrisome warning.
Gwen, curse you. The cracks are starting to show. Now it's only a matter of time till I get out of here. I'll get you, my pretty, and your little king too.
Hurry, we got what we came for. Let's go.
Galahad awaits outside, nervously pacing back and forth as Gwen and Arthur come running out of the crypt.
Good, I was starting to get worried. This place creeps me out. Did you get the sword?
Yes, this is fine work. Truly the sword of legends. But now there is a crack in the tear. That can't be good.
Oh no, what happened?
He hit us with a powerful curse, 1,000 years of pent-up rage. It was necessary to shield us from that move. It would have killed us instantly.
Won't this jeopardize those in the forest?
Actually, the ley lines are realigning. Power is flowing back to the barrier. It seems decapitating him is enough to buy us some time.
If he hated you before, he's really gonna hate you for that.
Well, it was Arthur who did it.
I had to test this bad boy out ASAP.
That is odd, though. The Lich King should not be able to affect the world outside the sealed crypt. Something is going on. Arthur, this oppressive mist. It was not always here. Do you know where it's coming from?
No, but it's omnipresent and covers the entire isle. Merlin did mention he can never keep the blight cleared from the trees here. No matter how hard he tried, it always comes back.
Interesting. I will need to research this.
For now, let's celebrate. We are one step closer to restoring the Light Continent. 'Tis a joyous occasion.
Let's not get too confident. The Mad King is not defeated. He will recover.
Surely we at least have time for some root beer, my new favorite human food.
You heard the man. To the mess hall. Root beer for all.
The party makes their way back to the Tower of Avalon to rest and prepare for their next adventure.